Tahniah. Siaran langsung ini dibawakan khas kepada anda oleh Akademi YouTuber Malaysia. Sebuah inisiatif e-didik Malaysia dan Kelab Guru Malaysia. Tumpukan perhatian anda. Siaran langsung akan bermula sebentar lagi. Link sijil akan diberikan di hujung siaran ini. Pastikan diisi dalam tempoh yang ditetapkan. Terima kasih.
Hello, hai, Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Hai semua para guru, ibu bapa yang dihormati dan para pelajar yang saya kasihi sekalian. So, selamat datang ke Pusat Tuisyen YouTuber Usaha Sama E-Didik Malaysia dan Kelab Guru Malaysia. Bermula percuma, selamanya percuma. So, untuk mendapatkan keberkatan kelas pada malam ini, mari kita sama-sama mulakan kelas dengan membaca umum kitab Al-Fatihah bagi yang Muslim dan berdoa dalam cara masing-masing bagi non-Muslim. Al-Fatihah. Baik, apa khabar semua? So, harap semua berada dalam keadaan sihat dan bersedia untuk meneruskan kelas kita pada malam ini. Dan saya percaya semuanya tak sabar nak teruskan kelas kita pada malam ini. Saya Cikgu Wahidah binti Zakaria ataupun boleh panggil saya Miss Wawa ataupun Cikgu Wawa je. Okey, saya bertugas di Kolej Matrikulasi Pahang, Gambang Pahang selaku moderator pada malam ini. So hari ini kita akan mengikuti kelas tuition biologi pra-university, iaitu kelas kali yang ke-11 bagi channel Cikgu Naini HR. Sesiapa yang belum subscribe Cikgu Naini HR punya channel, so sila tekan butang subscribe di bawah ya, dan juga butang loceng sebagai tanda sokongan kepada Cikgu Naini. Okey, nama penuh beliau ialah Naini binti Harun, di mana beliau bertugas di Pusat Tingkatan 6 Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Sultan Sulaiman Kuala Terengganu. Topik yang kita akan belajar malam ini, subtopiknya adalah the role of hormones in menstrual cycle and pregnancy. Okey, baik, kelas kita ini akan berlangsung selama 1 jam ya. Okey, bersama saya di konti pada malam ini juga ialah Ketua Panitia Subjek Biologi Pra-University ya, sebagai ketua sebagai control host juga, iaitu Puan Nur Faizah Ahmad daripada Kolej Matrikulasi Negeri 9. Okey, dan kita juga sebentar lagi kita akan ada juga Cikgu Fatah daripada Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Sri Sedang Selangor ya, sebagai pemerhatiah. So kami berempatlah dalam tim Pra-University Subjek Biologi. Okey. Sebelum kita teruskan kelas kita, saya akan bacakan kod untuk redeem nanti ya, redeem hadiah nanti ya. Kod yang pertama pada malam ini adalah nombor 9 ya, nombor 9 ya. So ambil perhatian pelajar semua ya, nombor 9. Alright, so gunakan bahasa yang sopan ya, gambar profil yang bersesuaian untuk tuntunan umum. So sekiranya ada masalah ataupun ada pertanyaan dan sebagainya, boleh cek di chat box session sebelah tu lah ya, ruangan chat box di sebelah tu. Okey, jom kita tunjukkan disiplin yang baik. Okey, dan sila fokus ya pada isi pelajaran yang akan disampaikan oleh Cikgu Naini pada malam ini ya. InsyaAllah semoga kelas kita berjalan dengan lancar. So tanpa membuang masa lagi, kita serahkan kelas kepada Cikgu Naini. Kita silakan.
Okey, terima kasih Cikgu Wawa selaku moderator kelas tuition pada malam ini. Okey, Cikgu Faizah selaku pegawai teknikal. Okey, untuk malam ini Cikgu meneruskan tuition siri tuition Cikgu malam ini, itu dengan tajuk yang agak menarik Okey, sebelum pada itu Cikgu ingin berkenalan dululah sedikit tentang diri Cikgu. Okey. Okey, nama Cikgu Naini binti Harun, daripada Pusat Tingkatan 6 SMK Sultan Sulaiman, Kuala Terengganu, Terengganu. Teaching experience about 23 years and teaching biology STPM and also SPM, and 7 years teaching in biology STPM. Okay, so my channel is Cikgu Naini HR. Okay, this is my channel. So all content biology STPM in my channel. Okay, so let's explore biology, and you can also join me for other subject. Okay, in a PRAYU collaborative playlist. Okay, so you can find it in portal www.academyoutuber.com. Okay, so my head team in biology PRAYU is Cikgu Nafaiza Ahmad, okay, here in Konti, from College Matrikulasi Negeri Sembilan Kuala Pilah, okay. Dan teaching experience is 26 years, okay, 15 years at boarding school, okay, Saimua and Mosaic, and 11 years in College Matrikulasi Negeri Sembilan. So her channel is Cikgu Faizah. Okay, so my other teammate, okay, Cikgu Fatihah binti Mansur. Okay, she's from Pusat Tingkatan 6 SMK Seri Serdang, Selangor. Okay, so he's a very experienced teacher. Okay, teaching experience 29 years and 20 years in Form 6. So her channel is Cikgu Fatihah 666. Okay, so my other teammate, okay, the younger one and the sweet one, okay, Cikgu Wahidah binti Sakaria from College Matrikulasi Pahang. Okay, so her teaching experience 11 years and teaching biology in matriculation. Okay, so channel, her channel is My Biology by Miss Wawa. Okay, so you can also find other subject as mathematics, okay, in video in their collection, video collection, okay. So they also the tuition also will be held on every Saturday 5 p.m. okay, and Kimia Prayu, okay, on Sunday 3:30 p.m. okay. Here is the teacher. And Wednesday 9:30 p.m. for Perakaunan and Ekonomi Prayu, Matrikulasi and STPM. And other STPM subject as pengajian MURID, pengajian perniagaan, perakaunan STPM. Okay, so they will have other skill dia punya tuition masa tuition online dia dalam academy youtuber.com. Okay, so you can get all the tuition skill in Pusat Tuisyen AYU in www.academyyoutuber.com. Okay, so what we want to learn today, okay, tonight so what is a topic today? Yeah, it's about the refer to the woman. Okay, we call it woman because woman has a menstrual cycle. Okay, so what the really subtopic you want to discuss in this menstrual cycle is about the role of hormones in menstrual cycle and also a little about pregnancy. Okay, so in STPM semester 2, okay, so the candidate should be able to describe the role of hormones in menstrual cycle and pregnancy. Okay, in matriculation, I think not semester 2, semester 1, sorry. Explain the role of hormone in female reproductive cycle. Okay, so the same hormone, okay, as in STPN, hormone that refer to the gonadotrophic hormone, luteinizing hormone, LH, follicle stimulating hormone, FSH, estrogen, and progesterone. And also, you must explain the female reproductive cycle, okay, that refer to menstrual cycle, ovarian cycle. Okay, ovarian cycle also can be named as follicular cycle. Okay, or peripheric cycle. Okay, so refer to the STPM or matriculation. Okay, so what is menstrual cycle? Okay, in definition, menstrual cycle is the monthly series of changes a woman's body goes through in preparation for the possibility of pregnancy. Okay, that means menstrual cycle only involve the fertile woman. Okay, so now fertile don't have as syndrome, what we say, syndrome Turner, they don't have menstrual cycle. Okay, so possibility pregnancy, and it also a series of changes in woman's body monthly. Okay, so what are hormones that involve in menstrual cycle and pregnancy? Okay, the first one is follicle stimulating hormone. Second one, LH, luteinizing hormone, estrogen hormone, and the last one is progesterone hormone. Okay, so this we want to discuss about the role of this hormone in menstrual cycle and also in pregnancy. Okay. Okay, so a little about their role. Okay, this is general role. Okay, I think you can see a little. Okay, you can refer this notes in biology Solomon. So I refer more for this tuition tonight to the Solomon book. Okay, so the role of reproductive hormone. Okay, the first one is gonadotropin releasing hormone. Okay, this is what we say the master hormone that stimulate other what you say other hormone. Okay, so this one gonadotropin releasing hormone or GnRH. Okay, in exam we can also use the what we say the symbol. Okay, but must give the name hormone. Okay, so you can say GnRH hormone. Okay, so GnRH hormone. Okay, so the release hormone to the anterior pituitary. Okay, because pituitary they have anterior and they have posterior. Okay, so that relate to the hormone FSH and LH is anterior. Okay, so GnRH stimulate this anterior, and then this anterior will release this one. Okay, so other anterior pituitary that involve for produce hormone FSH and LH. Okay, so this the target tissue is ovary. Okay, so we see
Cikgu Naini,
ya.
ada tanya ni chapter berapa ni cikgu?
Ini chapter 10 dalam STPM. Okay, chapter 10 about reproduction. Okay, so dia chapter 10 they have reproduction, the growth, okay, and the development. Okay, so this one is relate for STPM. We want to discuss about the role of four hormone in menstrual cycle and pregnancy. Okay. So this one you can refer to the hormone, okay, in the chapter 10. Okay, so FSH, LH, okay, this one will stimulate the ovary to produce estrogen. Okay, so the estrogen, they relate to the FSH and LH, okay, because these three hormone and also other progesterone, they have the positive feedback. Okay, positive feedback, that means the some things this hormone higher, okay, so they promote the other hormone to produce. Okay, so they have a positive feedback, then they have negative feedback. Okay, this one we can discuss after this about this. Okay, this overall role of reproductive hormone. Okay, so other posterior pituitary. Okay, this one for oxytocin. Okay, oxytocin is involved in what we say after pregnancy. Okay, during parturition. Okay, so this one, and ovary estrogen. Okay, estrogen, other name they also say estradiol. Okay, and estrogen, the spelling also can be write OES. Okay, estrogen. Okay, but estrogen can. Okay, so if you want to not make mistake in spelling, okay, just use estrogen. ESTROGEN. Okay, so estrogen, this the the function is to stimulate the endometrium, that means prepare the endometrium for pregnancy. Okay, that means to line the first lining, and then to what we say to create other blood vessels and so on. And then progesterone will prepare endometrium for pregnancy. That means to maintain, okay, the thickness. Okay, so estrogen lining, progesterone maintain. Okay, so that is the what is a specific role for estrogen and progesterone. Okay, so this one you can refer before before we want to discuss about the role of the 4 hormone in the menstrual cycle and pregnancy. Okay, okay, teacher hope you understand. Okay, so this memorize only. Okay, so the diagram, saya rasa diagram ni kecil tapi saya akan perjelaskan. Okay, so the hormonal control in reproductive cycle, okay, so they are all controlled in hypothalamus. Okay, so hypothalamus will control, so they get the what we say the stimulus, and then they go to the pituitary gland. Okay, so that involved in reproductive cycle, okay, about the hormone. Okay, so they involve, the first one is at the side of anterior lobe of pituitary. Okay, di bahagian anterior. Okay, why anterior first one? Because anterior, okay, release gonadotrophin releasing hormone, okay, GnRH. Okay, that means GnRH is released by hypothalamus. Okay, and this GnRH will stimulate the anterior pituitary, okay, to release the FSH and also the luteinizing. Okay, so we produce the FSH, okay, and also the LH. Okay, so FSH, LH, we call it the gonadotrophic hormone. Okay, so nama lain ataupun boleh kata apa jenis lah. Okay, gonad, perkataan gonad that refer to the organ of reproduction, gonadotrophic hormone. Okay, so the gonadotrophic hormone is FSH, okay, which is follicle stimulating hormone, and LH, luteinizing hormone. Okay, so what these 2 hormones do, it will go to the ovary. So why will go to ovary? Because ovary they have estrogen. Okay, so remember also FSH also go to the testis. Okay, so jangan ingat FSH ni hanya melibatkan female. FSH juga dia akan pergi ke testis. Okay, why testis? Because it will stimulate the process of spermatogenesis. Okay, so this FSH, LH, okay, for female ovary, and FSH for testis. Okay. Okay, so this gonadotrophic hormone, okay, that refer to FSH and LH, okay, go to ovary. Okay, so in ovary they will control either, okay, if high FSH, so estrogen will produce by follicle in ovary. Okay, so that means in menstrual cycle we see next after this starting from the FSH, and then FSH high, and then estrogen. Okay, and then estrogen high, and then LH. Okay, so LH high, okay, ovulation, and after ovulation they have a corpus luteum. So LH, the role is stimulate the development of corpus luteum to produce progesterone and estrogen. Okay. Okay, so you understand this. So we go to the menstrual cycle. Okay, so menstrual cycle we have about 28. Okay, 28 days. not calendar 30. So every 28 days they have one cycle of menstrual cycle. Okay, so in menstrual cycle they have 3 phase. Okay, in STPM the first one we call it menstrual phase. Okay, menstruation, this one we call it menstrual phase. Okay, menstrual phase. And then after 1 week, okay, we call it proliferative phase or follicle phase. Okay, this one refer to the follicle development. Okay, although development of follicle starting during menstruation, okay, where FSH is produced. Okay, so the after ovulation, okay, here is ovulation. Okay, 14 days, each 14 days they have ovulation. And after ovulation, we call it a secretion phase. Okay, this is in STPM. Okay, so you can refer to the question in STPM. Okay, if not mistaken, STPM 2019. They have a structured question about this phase. Okay, so menstrual phase, proliferative phase, and after ovulation, secretion phase. Okay, in matriculation they give other name. Okay, before is menstrual, after ovulation we call it ovarian cycle. Okay, that's one. Okay, so the first 5 days we known as menstrual phase. Okay, this purata dia punya average. Okay, average what we say average women have about 5 to 7 days. Okay, so the first 5 days, okay, we call it menstrual phase. Okay, during menstrual phase, the hypothalamus release gonadotrophic hormone. Okay, so gonadotrophic hormone that relate to the FSH and LH. Okay, so what is the hormone that stimulate this produce of LH and FSH? We call it gonadotrophin releasing hormone. Okay, GnRH. Okay, so GnRH. Okay, so the GnRH by hypothalamus. Okay, so they go to the anterior pituitary gland to produce FSH and LH. Okay.
Cikgu Naini,
Ya. Yeah.
nak bagi second code.
Okay, sila.
Code is number 7, number 7. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so continue. Okay, so after the first week of menstrual cycle, okay, after the first week of menstrual cycle, okay, starting here, okay, so during a proliferative phase, okay, only one follicle continues to develop, only one, okay, because follicle ni they are more in the, what we say, the membrane of ovary, okay, because the membrane of ovary during the child, what you say, semasa kecil lagi. That means masa kecil dah ada. Okay, then and when puberty, so the follicle will develop. Okay, so only one follicle continues to develop. Okay, it's a granulosa cell. Okay, granulosa cell. Okay, that means somewhere cell in the follicle becomes sensitive to LH as well as FSH. Okay, so you see this is FSH, and then they're going to the okay, sensitive to LH. Okay. Okay, the dominant follicle now secrete enough estrogen. Okay, so after FSH, so the matured follicle or development follicle, okay, starting after this development follicle will produce the estrogen. Okay, so estrogen estrogen will rises. So the concentration of estrogen is rises in blood. Okay, so you see this one is higher. Okay. And then the role of estrogen is stimulate the growth of endometrium. That means line endometrium with the blood vessel, gland and so on. Okay, and begins to thicken. Okay, and so you see when estrogen is higher, it also stimulate the LH. Okay, to secrete by anterior. Okay, anterior pituitary gland. Okay, and for information, LH also stimulate the estrogen production. Okay, that means LH estrogen, they will corresponding each other lah. Okay, relate to each other. Okay, so when high estrogen, high LH, and when high LH, so ovulation will occur. Okay, but estrogen higher also is stimulated by LH. Okay, so higher, and we see this higher. Okay, and estrogen, okay, we see estrogen inhibits FSH production. Okay, so you see when higher estrogen, the FSH will decrease. Okay, this is quite negative feedback. Okay, for estrogen and LH, they has a positive feedback. Okay, positive, that means higher and higher. Okay, so negative, that means one higher and one lower. Okay, that means the control, the mechanism of control in our body. Okay, so the late follicular phase. Okay, so the late follicular phase, that means during before 14 days. Okay, high concentration of estrogen has positive feedback on hypothalamus. That means positive feedback. Okay, so the LH produce highly. Okay, so positive feedback for estrogen. The LH produce highly. Okay, by anterior pituitary gland. Okay, so this, remember, LH promote ovulation on 14th days. Okay, so hari ke-14 berlaku ovulasi. Okay, siapa yang promote proses itu adalah LH. Okay, okay, so teacher hope you understand, because this topic already discussed in SPM. It's not mistaken on Form 5. Okay, so that will this class tonight is a revision. Okay, so but in STPM, this menstrual cycle also important. Okay, and during secretion phase, okay, after 14 days, that means after ovulation, okay, LH stimulate development of corpus luteum. Okay, so you see, after ovulation, the secondary oocyte will release, and then the follicle break down and then become the other structure. Other structure we call it corpus luteum. Okay, so corpus luteum secrete a large amount of progesterone and estrogen. Okay, so you see what is the role of progesterone here. So the progesterone will continue preparation for pregnancy. So progesterone will stimulate tiny glands in endometrium to secrete a fluid rich in nutrient. Okay, so remember, estrogen only lining, and then to thicken the endometrium, but other glands or whatever will stimulate by progesterone, and then progesterone will maintain the thickness of endometrium. Okay, so progesterone maintain the thickness of endometrium. Okay, so I hope you're not confused about the role. Okay, because in exam the question need you to describe to state the role of progesterone and the role of estrogen. Okay, in as preparation for pregnancy. Okay. Okey, Cikgu Wawa, kita ada masa banyak lagi sebelum rehat.
Kita nak break dulu lah. Kita break dulu deh.
Okey, so kita break dulu.
Berita baik untuk semua. Kini Akademi YouTuber memperkenalkan sistem mata ganjaran kredit AYU untuk dikumpul. Jom ikuti kelas tuition live AYU untuk mengumpul kredit AYU dan berpeluang menebus hadiah-hadiah yang menarik. Hadiah bernilai lebih RM10,000 disediakan secara percuma untuk pelajar seluruh Malaysia. Apa tunggu lagi? Tebus ganjaran hebat ini sekarang. Layari www.academyyoutuber.com untuk maklumat lanjut.
Okey, baik. Kita kembali bersama Cikgu Naini.
Berita baik untuk semua. Kini Akademi YouTuber memperkenalkan sistem mata ganjaran kredit AYU untuk dikumpul. Jom ikuti kelas tuition live AYU untuk mengumpul kredit AYU dan berpeluang menebus hadiah-hadiah yang menarik. Hadiah bernilai lebih RM10,000 disediakan secara percuma untuk pelajar seluruh Malaysia. Apa tunggu lagi? Tebus ganjaran hebat ini sekarang. Layari www.academyyoutuber.com untuk maklumat lanjut.
Dibawakan kepada anda oleh Akademi YouTuber.
Okey, baik. Kembali kita bersama Cikgu Naini. Boleh saya bagi kod yang ketiga siap-siap lah kan untuk elakkan ini. Baik, so saya bagi kod siap-siap. Kod yang ketiga adalah nombor 5. Okey, number 5.
Okay, so student take note the 3 number. Okay, so teacher continue. Okay, so we already discussed the menstrual phase, the proliferative phase, and then continue to the secretion phase, okay, ovulation phase. Okay. Okay, so the high concentration of progesterone in blood, okay, along with estrogen, okay, inhibit the secretion of GnRH, okay, gonadotropin hormone, okay, gonadotropin releasing hormone, FSH, okay, follicle stimulating hormone, and LH, luteinizing hormone. Okay, so we see the high concentration of progesterone here. Okay, so this inhibit the secretion of FSH and LH. Okay, so why? Okay, so because this we call it negative feedback. Okay, they are one higher and others are lower. Okay, so because they to make sure no new follicles develop. Okay, so only one follicle will develop, only one secondary oocyte will release. Okay, and then no other follicle. Okay, and if the secondary oocyte is not fertilized, okay, so the corpus luteum begins to degenerate. Okay, so after about 8 days, okay, so it also when the corpus luteum generate, okay, it also because of decreasing of LH. Okay, so you must know that LH stimulate the production of corpus luteum. Okay, you see higher higher LH, and then the corpus luteum will generate. Okay, and then when LH lower, so the corpus luteum degenerate. Okay, so kena ingatlah LH ni mainkan peranan besar selain pada ovulation, dia membentuk corpus luteum after ovulation, dan kemudian dia juga jika LH tu berkurangan, so dia akan degenerate, memusnahkan corpus luteum. So what important is corpus luteum? So corpus luteum is secrete progesterone. Okay, so when corpus luteum degenerate, that means it will stop the secretion of progesterone and estrogen. Okay, so the concentration of this hormone, okay, progesterone and estrogen will fall. Okay, so when this concentration of hormone decrease, so the what we say, the cell, okay, the blood vessel in the endometrium, okay, will what we say damage, okay, so die, damage, and all blood vessel rupture, and then starting the menstruation again. Okay, so this is all about the menstrual cycle. Okay, so teacher hope understand. Okay, so the important graph that you must remember is this graph. Okay, these are 4 graph of hormone. Okay, for FSH, LH, estrogen, progesterone. Okay, so if you want to easy to remember, okay, we starting with F, and then E, and then that L, P. Okay, FELP, felt. Okay, so FSH, and then estrogen, okay, LH, progesterone. Okay, because this hormone they relate to each other. Okay. Okay, and then you must know about the development of follicle, okay, develop, and then do the what we say, and then produce a new what we say structure, okay, corpus luteum, and then so on, okay, and then other diagram is about the what we say endometrium, okay, of uterus. Okay. So teacher already discussed about menstrual cycle. Okay, so a little about the pregnancy. Okay, pregnancy will continue in parturition. Okay, untuk this class tonight. Okay, cikgu akan bincang sikit tentang pregnancy. So the hormone that involved in pregnancy is this 4 hormone also. Okay. Okay, so if pregnancy, if pregnant, so estrogen and progesterone are necessary to maintain condition required for pregnancy. So estrogen will stimulate development of uterine wall, while progesterone is to maintain the uterine wall atau endometrium of uterus. Okay, including the muscle needed to expel the fetus during delivery. And also you must know that estrogen and progesterone also inhibit FSH and LH. Okay, so to make sure that no new follicle will develop if pregnancy occur, okay? If pregnancy berlaku lah, okay? So the menstrual cycle also stops during pregnancy. Okay, so other graph you must remember or understand is about this graph, okay? So this graph show you about 40 weeks of pregnancy. Okay, so 40 week pregnancy is what we say the kebiasaan normal 40 weeks, okay? Sometimes 38 weeks is also okay for pregnancy. Yeah.
Ada ni daripada Chun Zoming, he asked that teacher, do we write as estrogen or estrogen? The spelling, both spelling tu ada 2 berlainan tu.
Okay, so both spelling is correct, okay, but teacher recommend you use estrogen, ES, okay, because ES, if you want to use OES, okay, sometimes student spell EO, okay, so that means a wrong spelling, okay, so why not, okay, you just spell it estrogen, okay, estrogen still used in whatever exam, not STPM, also I think matriculation accept estrogen also kan, okay, jadi tu lebih mudah lah supaya tidak berlaku kesilapan ejaan, okay, because estrogen O must be in front, depan, so tapi banyakkan student buat EOS, okay, so estrogen acceptable. And then I recommend you to use estrogen. Okay. Okay, both correct. So recommend estrogen. Okay. So this graph, this graph is about the role of hormone pregnancy. Okay, so you must remember, in this class tonight, okay, we discuss about the two graph. One graph of menstrual and this graph for pregnancy. Okay, so the hormone that involved in pregnancy, okay, the mostly is estrogen and progesterone. Okay, and then HCG. Okay, so the HCG, what we say when you want to know you are pregnant or not, okay, you buy the pregnancy kit, and okay, so this pregnancy kit is to detect the present of HCG. Okay, HCG we call it what we say, human chorionic gonadotrophin. Okay, so human chorionic gonadotrophin is secreted by embryo. Okay, so if embryo is in our womb, so she will secrete the HCG. So HCG will present in urine again. So the what we say, when we make the pregnancy test, okay, it show you that you are pregnant. Okay, so they give signal, okay, the mother corpus luteum, okay, to continue function. Okay, so why corpus luteum to continue function? Because you know it, corpus luteum, okay, produce estrogen and progesterone. Okay, and then when after what we say 20 weeks, okay, after 20 weeks, you see the HCG hormone will decrease. Okay, so the estrogen progesterone hormone, okay, is higher, okay, until 40. Okay, and remember also, okay, for the first 2 months, corpus luteum secrete almost all the estrogen and progesterone. Okay, but after 8 months, okay, you see that, okay, the increase of estrogen progesterone is released by placenta. Okay, so placenta will continue release the progesterone and estrogen until 40 weeks. Okay, so little about menopause. Okay, so menstrual cycle will stop at menopause. Okay, so at about age 50 above, okay, 51 above, okay, depend to the woman, okay, 51 and other, okay, is related to that woman, okay. So average 51, okay, a woman enters a menopause, okay, a period when ovaries are no longer produced, okay, so the woman become infertile, okay. So although GnRH hormone are produced, the ovary become less responsive to them. Okay, so the oocyte in the ovary begins to generate. Okay, so menstrual cycle becomes irregular. Okay, so before menopause, the woman will have what I say, tak tetap dia punya menstrual cycle. Okay, so after that, no more menstrual cycle. Okay, so the woman become menopause, and then the hormone. Okay, hormon ada tak ada after menopause? Tak ada lagi lah. Okay. Okay. Okay, jadi cikgu rasa kita dah teacher dah sentuh semua tentang menstrual cycle, and then about the role of hormone in pregnancy. Okay, so that we practice the objective question and also a little about a structure question. Okay, cikgu Wawa, boleh kita teruskan tak? Okay, dengan soalan. Okay, so the first one. Okay, cikgu Wawa, tak kita ada masa gila, banyak masa. Okay, the first one. Okay, let we find the answer about the growth hormone, okay, about the menstruation, okay. Which of the followings trigger menstruation to occur? Okay, one, increase of LH level. Okay, two, increase of FSH level. Three, okay, decrease of estrogen level. Okay, so estrogen, okay. And four, decrease of progesterone level. Okay, so which one trigger, okay, trigger menstruation to occur?
Student can can type your answer in the chat box here.
Okay, please, let's practice our knowledge. Your knowledge, understand or not?
So Afrina Zomi answer D for donkey. Is it correct?
Yeah, okay, so D refer to the decrease estrogen level and decrease of progesterone level. Okay, so trigger the menstruation to occur. So when decrease, okay, so the menstrual will occur. Okay, good. Okay, congrats to students. Okay, the answer. Okay, let's redo for other one. Okay, this one is you must analyze which one is correct, which one is not correct. Okay, so the statements are, which statements are true? Okay, so true, so highlight the true about the FSH. Okay, teacher already say about FSH before we discuss about menstrual cycle, so I hope you remember what I said. Okay, the one secreted by female and not by male. One, okay, two, stimulate the seminiferous tubule. Okay, seminiferous tubule in male, okay, to produce sperm. Stimulate the development of Graafian follicle in the ovary. Stimulates the ovary to produce estrogen hormone. And five, its secretion is controlled by gonadotropin releasing hormone, GnRH. Okay, so which one is true? True, about the FSH. Okay, so
Apa yang dikatakan oleh Zomi? Mnemonic by teacher is very useful for this question. Dia punya
okay, so you must find out which one is true about FSH.
The answer D for 3 and 4. Estrogen level, decrease estrogen level and decrease progesterone level.
Yeah, okay, so D, kalau tak D pun D, yang ni pun jawapan dia still D. Okay, so remember FSH not only female but also male. Okay, so this one FSH, that means they go to the what we say the lapisan membran masing-masing lah. Okay, lapisan membran untuk ovary dan lapisan membran untuk bahagian male, okay, seminiferous tubule. Okay. Okay, so the third one for objective, okay, so multiple choice question. This one, okay, which one is correct? Okay, straight to the question. Even after fertilization, corpus luteum might still degenerate and cause a spontaneous abortion. Okay, so what causes the degeneration of corpus luteum? So apa yang menyebabkan corpus luteum ni degenerate?
Degenerate tu maksudnya dia macam mengecil, menghilang gitu lah kan?
Menghilang, macam hampir musnah lah, nak pecah ke, nak hilang, nak mengecut.
So the answer A for lack of luteinizing hormone.
Yeah, bagus. Okay, so all correct. Okay.
Asma.
So many answer. Okay, many student got correct. Okay, A, yes, it's about lack of LH. Okay, so lack of LH Okay, so will cause the degenerate of coprolithium. Okay, so after that, we will lack of progesterone after degenerate of coprolithium. Okay, so the question asks you about the causes. Okay, okay. Okay, so congrats student. Okay, all answer for 3 questions is correct. Okay, so that means you understand more about what we discussed tonight. Okay, so let's see the other one. Okay, this one you need to what we say write more more answer because this one is about the structure question. Okay, so this one is related to the past year question. Okay. Okay, so past year question for biology STPM. Okay, so they give you the diagram. Okay, so the phase involve a menstrual cycle. Okay, I have already what say about the 3 phase. Okay, the menstrual phase, the proliferative phase, secretion phase. Okay, so this one, okay, name. Okay, name P. Okay, name P. Okay, what is P? And name S. Okay, you just give the name. Okay, so what is P and what is S? Okay,
Okay.
relate the diagram.
Okay, kita ada jawapan from Lee Jun Kang. Okay, P is primary follicle while S is corpus luteum.
Yeah, okay, good. The answer. Okay, so P is primary follicle. Okay, primary follicle we also call it primordial follicle. Okay, primary follicle, primordial follicle, and S corpus luteum. Okay, good. Okay, correct answer.
Ni, spelling follicle tu double L ke? F-O double L ataupun single L?
Double L. Okay, teacher yang wrong spelling dia. Okay, so double L so double L. Okay, I miss L here. His typing error. Okay, so primordial follicle. Okay, and corpus luteum. Okay. Okay, so the second question. Okay, this one is based on diagram. Okay, so based on diagram, you must describe. Okay, for the question describe. Okay, that means you must see the marks. Okay, if 2 marks, that means the fact, okay, the explanation must be 2 points. Okay, describe, that means you must describe the process, the changes of FSH level. Okay, although here is not state the level of graph. Okay, but you must know FSH that relate to what? Relate to the structure here. Okay, so describe the changes of FSH level in blood. Okay, that means changes of FSH level. Either you say, okay, increase ke whatever and then decrease ke or already increase, stay or whatever. Okay, that is we describe about the level. Okay, bila kita terangkan level, kita kena sebut tinggi ke rendah ke, maintain ke, okay, tetap ke, macam tu. Okay, so 2 marks. Okay, so the diagram, you must refer to the diagram. Diagram, you must refer to the follicle also. And also the face, you can see also. Okay, this one and this one. Okay, so can write 2 points. Boleh baca je.
The changes of FSH level in blood. Okay, come on, right answer. Describe kan?
This quite difficult sikit. Okay, maknanya what we say the answer must relate to the diagram. Okay, but diagram not show the graph but show the other diagram, and diagram relate to the level. Okay, can write whatever, okay, this structure question, whatever relates to the point. Okay, yes.
So tak keluar lagi, ada yang cuba jawab. Okay, Lee Jung Kang answer FSH is higher at menstrual than in secretion phase. Okay, mungkin ini point.
Okay, so higher at menstrual. Okay, higher, that means higher at menstrual cycle. Yes, higher that menstrual cycle than secretion phase. Okay, so starting the FSH level increase. Okay, good.
Okay, so,
Maybe got 1 mark. Okay, 1 mark for that.
dia kena
Boleh?
bagi reason tak why FSH is higher? Dia boleh bagi reason tak?
Dia kalau describe tu reason tu mesti reason relate to dia punya diagram yang ada kat situ. Okay, mungkin kata FSH level to increase, okay, because FSH is need to involve in development of follicle tu boleh je kalau nak letak lah, okay. Tapi sebenarnya soalan ni dia lebih kepada describe level. Okay, adakah FSH tu higher je and then tak ada perubahan?
Okay, for Afrina, dia punya answer a high level of GnRH stimulate the production of FSH. Okay, this is first point.
Okay.
Okay, kemudian increase in FSH stimulates the follicle growth.
Yes, okay.
Okay, at day 20, combination of estrogen and progesterone inhibit release of FSH.
Okay, at day 20. Okay, at day 20 tu. Okay, boleh lah. Maknanya kalau kata after ovulation, yes. Okay, at day 20. Okay, why not you can say at day 28 ke. Okay, sebab 20 still besar lagi kan. Corpus luteum ni kan. Oh yeah. Okay, this one relate to the higher estrogen and progesterone. Okay, yes, and inhibit the release of FSH. Okay, betul. Boleh. Okay, so okay, this one relate to the FSH level. Okay, for GnRH tu kita tak nyatakan pun tak apa. Okay, sebab soalan dia nak FSH saja. Okay, jadi saya rasa Afrina Asma ni boleh dapat markah hampir 2 Okay, at 20. Okay, boleh. Okay, other suggested answer. Okay, so jawapan Afrina tu boleh diterima at 20. Okay, boleh. Okay, so this one, yeah.
Perkataan inhibits tu dia dah refer kepada FSH level will decrease lah kan, betul tak?
Ya. Okay, so decrease that mean kalau tengok pada jawapan cikgu ni, okay, suggested answer this one ni, decrease until 28. Okay, so after 20, it will decrease. Okay, peak at 30 years. Okay, kalau ikutnya peak at 30 years tu, yes, okay, FSH maknanya dia tinggi before ovulation. Kalau tengok graf pun, FSH sebelum ovulation tu tinggi, selepas ovulation tu dia dah decrease. Okay, kalau ikut point at 20 decrease tu, yes, betul. Okay, sebab estrogen dengan progesterone tu higher. Okay, tapi kita tanya FSH so progesterone tu another side. Okay, other question. Okay, boleh tengok satu lagi kalau tanya progesterone, macam ni. Ada satu soalan yang sama, satu tanya FSH, satu tanya progesterone. Okay, so this one kita boleh sebut yang tadi tu lah. Concentration progesterone start to increase. Okay, first one increase after ovulation tu and then decrease. Okay, because corpus luteum degenerate after 20 tu until 28. Okay, so cikgu rasa masa pun dah tu. Okay, cikgu harap faham semua. Okay, lebih banyak buat latihan. Okay, sebab menstrual cycle in STPM is also important Okay, for structure and also essay. Okay, jadi itu saja dari cikgu. Okay, terima kasih bersama cikgu malam ini. Okay, so jangan lupa buat revision. Okay.
Okay, so terima kasih banyak-banyak kepada Cikgu Naini atas perkongsian ilmu yang sangat bermanfaat bagi topik ini. Topik ini memang popular kan. So para pelajar sekalian jangan lupa untuk kod, saya nak sebut kod yang terakhir ya, untuk kelas kita pada malam ini adalah nombor 7 ya, number 7. Okay, so tahniah kepada semua yang setia mengikuti kelas kita pada malam ini. Okay, saya nak ingatkan untuk redeem kod hadiah ni kan, dia dalam tempoh 15 minit je lepas kelas ni berakhir. Dan untuk CJ pula ya, 30 minit selepas kelas ni berakhir. So gunakan email e-didik sahaja ya, supaya boleh login masuk untuk isi form tu nanti ya. Okay, so sebelum kita tamatkan sesi siaran langsung hari ini ya, saya nak mohon semua, jika kamu suka apa yang kamu pelajari pada malam ini ya, sila klik like ya, subscribe dan share kepada rakan-rakan di media sosial kamu ya, dan sebarkan lagi kelas kita ni kepada rakan-rakan yang lain ya. Jangan lupa sekali lagi saya nak ingatkan untuk link CJ ya, dekat bahagian chat tu ya, sila ambil perhatian. So link tu akan tamat dalam tempoh 30 minit selepas kelas ini berakhir. Okay, so kita ada kelas seterusnya pada minggu hadapan ya, bersama saya ya, tuisyen Biologi Universiti PERCUMA juga ya. Tajuk saya tak keluarkan lagi. Pada waktu yang sama, hari Sabtu 9:30 malam. Terima kasih banyak-banyak ya kepada rakan-rakan di konti, kita punya ketua panitia ya, control host kita Cikgu Faizah ya, Cikgu Fatihah yang tak berapa sihat, tak apa ya. Minggu depan insyaAllah boleh ada bersama kita. So anda dijemput untuk melayari portal kami www ya, untuk dapatkan info terkini dan bantu saya untuk sebarkan kelas tuisyen percuma ini kepada rakan-rakan dan guru-guru seluruh Malaysia. So ini adalah hasil gabungan guru-guru Malaysia dan semua para pelajar seluruh negara. So terutamanya dalam menghadapi sangat-sangat COVID-19 ni. So kita jadikan sebagai kita punya rutin kita nanti walaupun COVID dah berakhir ke. Ya, so kita mendapat manfaat daripada kelas-kelas yang akan dijalankan dan yang telah dijalankan. So ingat hashtag bermula percuma, selamanya percuma. Ya, dengan itu sahaja. Terima kasih semua para penyokong Akademi YouTuber. Lupa nak cakap hari ni ya, hari ulang tahun Akademi
jadi.
Hari jadi kita kan, tahun yang pertama. Ya, terima kasih.
Kita nyanyi happy birthday sekejap satu boleh?
nak nyanyi happy birthday?
Untuk Ayu.
Boleh.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to Ayu. Happy birthday to Ayu. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to Ayu.
Thank you.
Yang pertama. Okey, terima kasih banyak-banyak ya para penyokong dan para pelajar. So dengan itu terima kasih. Assalamualaikum. Bye semua.
Berita baik untuk semua. Kini Akademi YouTuber memperkenalkan sistem mata ganjaran kredit AYU untuk dikumpul. Jom ikuti kelas tuisyen live AYU untuk mengumpul kredit AYU dan berpeluang menebus hadiah-hadiah yang menarik. Hadiah bernilai lebih RM10,000 disediakan secara percuma untuk pelajar seluruh Malaysia. Apa tunggu lagi? Tebus ganjaran hebat ini sekarang. Layari www.academyyoutuber.com untuk maklumat lanjut.
Dibawakan kepada anda oleh Akademi